Hello, everybody, and welcome to Positive Fandom. I am your host, RM, and of course, we have with us tonight Reina Creole. Reina, how are you today?
I am doing great, and as always, so glad to be here with you to continue watching this amazing, amazing series.
It has been amazing, hasn't it? I mean, I'm just been overjoyed with what they've done with Outlander. Certainly, we're getting great stories. A lot of different things are going on. It's really a fantastic production. This is the last season. Season 7 is the last season of Outlander, and the next Outlander production is going to be a prequel to Jamie's family, the Frasers, and his father. So that should be very interesting. And I just have been enjoying watching this with you. And we have another episode tonight. Oh, it's so good, Lorraine. I can't wait to see what's going to
I'm
happen.
so excited.
Oh, gosh. All right. So let's, without any further ado, guys, we are watching this on Stars. It is the Outlander Season 7, Episode 5 watch party right here. You can watch it on Stars. It is available. Oh, Linda's here this time. Hey, Linda.
Hi, Linda.
How are you? We're so glad you're here. I know that you were busy the last time. It's so great to see you here. It's not a watch party without you for Outlander, Linda. We're so glad that you're here. So um,
Absolutely.
now, Lorraine, is everything set up for you right now? Are you ready to go?
Almost. I'm watching a preview for something called Silent Veil. I think I just saw Courtney Cox.
Ooh,
Okay, so now it's starting, I guess, the previews for tonight's episode. So I'm at 10 seconds now, 11
oh,
seconds, 12
do you
seconds,
want me to?
13.
Can we start it? Let me just get to as I had it on pause. I just want to get this up to the 15-second, 10-second mark. Is it 2, 3, 4? Guys, we're gonna start. Okay, when it gets to 15 or 10 seconds, Lorraine, because you see the counter.
Let me see. I have a screen in the middle. Okay, yeah, I'm with you.
So the counter's at 13, guys. So I was gonna say I know that you were around 10 or 11 seconds, Lorena.
Now I'm exactly at 13.
Excellent. And so am I. So guys, let's go ahead and start this watch party now. Hello, Brogu. Says hi, Arlene and Lorena. Nice to see you guys again. Well, great to see you, Brogu.
Likewise.
And Linda says, hand pink waving. I'm good. Stupid cable and internet failed me last week. Oh. Well, you're here now, and we're glad you're here.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh, what's going to happen in this episode? Oh, God. Okay. I'm so excited. We can't sing the song, unfortunately, but I want to sing that song so much.
It's so cool.
It is.
So ever since I first heard it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cool.
What I'm concerned about is knowing that Jamie's going to have to, let's say, be in this war. Is he going to make it out? I'm concerned.
And I want to say that Fort Ticonderoga, that didn't end well for the Patriots, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. I don't know what the outcome was, Lorena, but you're probably right. And it's
Yeah, let me
scaring me.
check right now. My hunch is they did not
Oh, Singapore?
win that.
Singapore?
Oh, okay, okay. It was the other way. Actually, the Patriots overran Fort Ticonderoga.
Oh, wow. All right. So, how did we end up in Singapore?
That is going to be a most excellent question. Or is it a code name?
Okay, it's modern times.
So Singapore, I think Singapore was under control of the British, I think, during this time, if I
Yeah,
remember correctly.
it was.
So Philippines, that was Spain.
What? Jamie's in Singapore? How?
And he got it.
All right, Linda. Since I remember in the book, it seemed to go on forever. I was so happy to be done with that, with it, that it didn't even notice who won at Ticonderoga. Okay.
Yeah. 1777. So it's about almost a year past independence.
Right.
Did she read it yet or she didn't read it yet?
Mm.
And they can't time travel back,
Yeah, I
right?
think Jamie can't, but Claire,
Oh, okay.
yeah. And I never understood why he couldn't. Um, Only certain people can go back and forth. It seems like people from the future were the ones who could go back into time, but you can't. You
Hmm.
can't. You. It seems I could be totally wrong on this, but I think you can only travel to your time and then to the past. So he can't travel to the future, so to speak.
So only within your time, only within your timeline.
That's what it seems like. Yeah.
Okay.
This is interesting. Linda says they need to pay attention to what Jem is telling them. Okay.
Of course. I love that dog. Ah!
And I like this. I like the Ian character. I think he's fantastic.
Yeah, he's great. Oh. Mm.
He sounds French.
Yes. Hmm. Of course. You don't know the British Army.
And Linda says they can go farther in the past than Claire has. There have been short stories and parts of the books with characters going back to other times. Yeah, absolutely, Linda. They got to go higher ground.
Hmm.
What?
You gotta love the French. This is a war that they believe that the patriots are going to adhere to the same type of, I don't want to call it dignified, but we'll say it, a stiff war practices, and that's not how it was won. Like over here, we were guerrilla warfare over here.
Oh, these must be Quakers again, right, Lorena?
Yes, yes, they are
What
Quakers.
is she saying? What does she mean? Does he not believe it's that you're not supposed to do this? I'm like, oh, Quakers.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Like I said, the Quakers were are even to this day, they are very ardent pacifists. Uh, Franklin used to be one.
Oh, wow. Um, and we have Lugnut 6. Lorena is here. Lugnut 6.
Right,
He
lug
says,
nuts.
happy Friday to two beautiful, gorgeous, lovely, dreamy gems, Lorena
Oh, thank
and
you.
Well, happy Friday to you, Lugnut 6. We so appreciate your kind words and thank you.
We sure do. We sure do. Yeah, I remember my Ponderosa lasted so long. Yeah, Franklin was a Quaker, and a lot of what he's had to say clashed with a lot of the Quaker beliefs, which is why he publishes works under a pseudonym. So if you ever read like Poor Richard's Almanac, whew, that was TMZ before TMZ was like a thing. I mean,
I love it. I love it.
was that a rat?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe.
It looked like a rat.
Right there to remind you to stay in a certain way.
Yeah, living off the land. If it's brown, it's down. If you can shoot it, it's for dinner.
Mhm.
Mm,
Yeah, it must have been hard to be in here, in America during this time with different sides on one side or the other.
mhm. Especially within families, because some people, they wanted to remain loyal to the king, and others who, were ardent about, the king is trampling upon, our God-given rights. And it was a big thing. It's like you want to rebel against the most powerful world power in existence. So yeah, because that's what happened, like, with members in my family. It's, some were Quakers, some were Mennonites, some were, Catholics, some were loyalists, some were patriots. It was pretty messed up. One family just, like, split up after the revolution. They went back part of them went back to England, and the others went to South Carolina.
Wow. It's a very rich history, Lorena. And Linda says some of my ancestors were Quakers too. When some of them wanted to fight in the revolution, they converted to Episcopalian.
Mhm. Yeah. That turns me on.
Oh, they made the house look great. It looks fantastic. Ooh.
That
Command.
was a '70s thing.
Yes.
Yeah, that's true.
Mhm.
They didn't invent underwear or bloomers until the 19th century, if I remember correctly. Same with their family. Yeah. The American Revolutionary War was not nearly as sanitary as the history books uh, try to make it.
Oh, right. She's going to work. I was
Mhm.
like, where's she going to? I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. She has this job. Gee, how long does she have to stay there? It seems like it would be a few days, right, Lorena?
Mhm.
He ought to stay with her that first day, don't you think?
Mm. Mhm.
And Linda says it's nice to see Scotland being Scotland. Agreed.
Mhm.
Well, she has to go down there and look, I imagine, or will.
Mhm.
And maybe she'll find something. I have a feeling, I agree, Linda. These guys are total assholes.
They really are. They're such jerks.
You know she's going to find something in here.
Oh, of course she will.
See, I'd be afraid to flip any switches because,
You don't know what could be in there.
they could have left her there. They didn't have to lock the door.
Probably call themselves hazing her.
Wow. And of course, these dams are engineering marvels. I'm assuming it's a dam. I'm not sure if it is a dam. Maybe it's
It seems like it, yeah.
But it's spectacular. I mean, what they did to create something like this. But this way, she's going to explore the site without any hindrance, with somebody just showing her what they want her to see. Now she's doing an independent inspection. She could put a stake down, right, Lorena? Like a stake or something. That's what I would do. Just personally, I would, or I would take off part of my shirt and tie it on something so I know if I've been down that path before. What's this? What's
That
this,
sounds
Lorena?
like bees.
Is it an interdimensional space?
I think you're right. Yeah, there's something look at that. I bet you she's not where she thinks she is.
There's no dam.
I knew it. I knew it.
Oh my God, this show is so good. Okay. I love this guy so much. Hi.
Mhm.
Now it's because he has some bad blood with people up there. I can't remember what it was. Linda, do you remember why Ian doesn't feels hesitant to go up there? Is it because
Hmm.
he left on bad terms? I think he was supposed to marry or wanted to marry a girl up there and something happens. If I remember correctly,
Oh.
she wanted to
And I
marry Ian and not who she was with. She actually
that
left another man to be with him, which I don't blame her.
wow.
Yeah, he's amazing. I love this guy. Oh,
Well,
okay. Thank you, Linda. His wife dumped him after a miscarriage. Thank you, Linda. I couldn't remember. And she was Native American, right, Linda?
mhm.
I could be wrong. It might be he might have married someone else, but I can't remember. Yeah, it doesn't sound like a Native American name.
Mhm.
I could be wrong. Aw. Thank you, Linda.
I think that's the guy she hooked up with. Oh, okay.
Who has a microscope in the colonies? Nobody, right? You
No,
didn't go to Europe. Maybe in Europe they had one, but
not something that they would have, in the colonies. I don't even think it was even created just yet. I don't think that was until, like, the 1800s, right? Early 1800s.
is it Van Leeuwenhoek or something like that? That's the guy, right? Who discovered this
Leeuwenhoek, that was he was he Swedish? Date something.
Yeah, I have to look it up.
There was a lot of superstition there too, because not many people
He
knew.
discovered it in I'm sorry, go ahead, Lorena. I didn't mean to
Oh, no,
interrupt.
I was just gonna say it was not that much medical technology was known, so a lot of superstition would happen.
I don't know when the first microscope was created. That's what I need to know. Because Van Leeuwenhoek came up with his theory in the 1600s, but we need to know when the first microscope.
Yeah, because didn't Pasteur use one?
Yes. All right, so let's find out. It says the 16th century, Zacharias Janssen and his father Hans discovered objects on the other end of a tube became magnified when you put a lens on the top at the bottom of a tube and look through it. But it was not in, they didn't have them in the colonies.
No.
They did a famous micrographia is published by Robert Hooke. Um, and what else? Yeah, it just was not in the colonies.
Because colonies was seen as basically, a uh backwater, uncivilized place, which is why, after the revolution, you had people like Franklin and others.
What the hell? What is he
Who this
doing?
dude?
Why is he doing this? Oh, hell yeah. You kick his ass, Peter.
What is with this dude?
I don't know, but he better take care of this.
Is this like the 18th century equivalent of a crackhead? Because dude just like kept coming.
I think he knows that they're Quakers and that he thought they were not going to fight back.
Ah,
And
so they knew they owe their easy pickings.
yeah, Brogu says the microscope was created in 1590. Thank you so much. And I do have like a really cool paper, which I'm not going to get too much into, about the history of the microscope. Robert Hooke's book from 1665, Micrographia, was all of those fantastic illustrations he made. Um, but there
Oh.
were none in the colonies. Like you'd have to go to Europe, like maybe you'd see it on display. But and Mark Spector's avatar for the 4.99 super chat. Thank you so much, Mark
Oh.
Spector. Why don't we have popcorn and snacks? We do.
I have hot chocolate. I saw a recipe about how to make your own like popcorn, and I
Mhm.
can't wait to try it, to make it with like real coconut oil like they used to.
Mhm.
I'm like, make your own popcorn?
Thank you so much, Mark Spector's avatar. I so appreciate the 4.99 super chat.
Yes.
So generous. And we hope you are well, Mark Spector.
Mhm. I'm like, is he high? What the heck?
But isn't the young lady a Quaker, Linda and Lorena? She's a Quaker. So
Yeah,
he could take her. Like that older man could kill that boy because he's a boy, right? He's not like 20 years old or something.
yeah.
He could have killed that boy and taken her. I think that's what he wanted to do, but this is just a theory. I don't know.
Hmm. Probably thought, hey, they're easy, they're easy pickings. And they probably thought that all of them were Quakers, and no, they're
Yes.
not.
But William's a soldier. Ha!
Yeah.
Don't say it.
Your mistake.
That's right. She's like, you're a pretty good traveling companion, William, but I do not approve of your violent ways.
Hmm.
I don't know how I would word this, but you're really
Except
cute.
for if my life is in danger, then you need to open up that can of
Whip ass.
open up thine can of whoop ass.
I love it. I love
Oh
it.
gosh.
And Linda has just finished her dinner. Yes, yes. Thank you so much, Linda. Rachel is a
Hmm.
Quaker, and so is her brother. Yeah, Danny couldn't do shit. You needed William to kick ass. Thank God
Hmm.
William was there. We know what would have happened. Oh, uh, Brogu's saying he thinks you were sipping on gin and juice
Laid back. No, no, no.
with my
Not
mind on
yet.
my money and my money on my mind.
Yeah,
Oh gosh, we're having a good
that's
time here
funny.
tonight, guys.
Hmm.
Oh, man. Whew.
And yet again, they do those like old generals from like Europe, except for Lafayette and von Steuben. They were the ones who knew, hey, I think because they fought in the French and Indian War, they knew this warfare was different.
Yeah, and so does Jamie, right? Lorena, he's a Highlander. He kind of fought a guerrilla war on his own property, in
Yes.
Scotland, and they have those.
Yes.
Ironically, they've got a very hilly environment, which might
Hmm.
match, let's say, upstate New York. I'm not sure, but maybe it is a little bit more hilly. Perhaps a more similar environment to what he's accustomed to, and he has more, intel.
Hmm. They would use like when the Scottish would come over, they actually used a lot of them as rangers. So they would usually like go out in the bush, like in Florida when it was under British control. You had the Scots who were going out trading with the Indians. The
Exactly.
regular British military were not leaving quote unquote Fort St. Mark, what used to be Castillo de San Marcos. They stayed there and they sent the Scots out.
Exactly, Lorena. And Linda says they think they know how to fight. Man, I would be like, William, could you just escort us to the rest of the way?
Hmm.
I'll pay you some coin. I have some coin because those Quakers have money. They would always save. So
Hmm.
I think she likes him.
I think she does too. She's like, oh, you can protect us. You giving her your rosary? They're not Catholic. Oh, okay.
He gave them coin.
Mm-hmm. Because didn't Ian get? Wait, no, he had that already. Yeah.
I wonder why he's giving them the money. Oh, because they took care of him, right, Lorena, when Ian brought him to them.
Yeah.
This is starting to feel like what's that movie with Harrison Ford and
A witness.
yeah.
He punched me. Amish are supposed to be pacifists. Oh, he's Ohio Amish.
Oh, he's giving you a choice. You don't have to follow it, my dear. Oh,
Yes.
I think that's interesting.
Hmm. That costuming is dead on. That's why I was like, they're Quakers, aren't they?
Yeah, I should have known that, but I didn't. So
It's almost like the Mennonites have a different look. The Amish have a different, look and presentation. The Quakers, their hats were different. They weren't really wearing like the tricorn hat as much. You would see that, not photo, excuse me, like paintings or drawings of Ben Franklin. Sometimes he had the Quaker hat on, sometimes he had a tricorn, sometimes he had on the beaver skin hat because the French liked it when he would wear it.
So Lorena, he grew up with them for like maybe 5 or 6 years of his life. So he's ingrained in their culture.
Oh.
And it's definitely first, I think they call it First Nations or Five Nations or something like that. I can't remember the term for the group up there, but
I know. Oh, okay. Because I know there's a bunch of them that are up there.
like Iroquois or Iroquois Nation.
Uh,
Maybe that's what it's
the
called. I don't
one
know.
I'm thinking of is in Connecticut. I just know because they have a casino up there.
Yes, I know what you're talking about. Foxwoods. Iroquois Nation is the First Nation peoples in the Northeast North America and upstate New York. And I don't know, Lorena, if the Mohegans who are in Foxwoods and there's another casino
Mohegan.
there.
Yeah,
I don't
was it
know.
Mohegan Sun? Hold on a second.
Yes, it is Mohegan Sun. Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's in the Poconos.
oh, okay, okay.
Uh, man, I am
But
blanking.
this is them because he's part. I believe that these are Mohawk. I could be wrong, Lorena, but I believe
Uh-huh.
that these are Mohawk. It's Mohawk, Oneida, Onondaga, Cayuga, and Seneca, and they're all the Iroquois nation that he's involved in. This is actually very good that they tied this in because um, why is it good? It's because they have a long-standing treaty with the United States.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, Linda says the Pequot have casinos.
Because I was looking for a what was it? Because I was looking for yeah, like a cemetery that I was looking for. The Oak, was it Oakwood Cemetery? Either way, I remembered where it was because it was right near the where the casino was.
Yes. Yes.
And a lady I ran into where I was there, she was actually, she was native, so she was telling me, about the land there and everything. It was cool to run into her.
And Linda says, I think they were some of the first. Yes. This is obviously his son, and he didn't know he had his son.
Oh
So
wow.
wow. So he thought there was something wrong with him, only to find out he had a kid.
Wow.
That's quite a discovery for him.
I know he feels better. So much better.
Whew, wow. Linda says, I think they're blending something from the last book because Ian meets this boy in that book. Okay, thank you, Linda, for letting us know. I guess they had to because it's the final season.
Oh, okay.
Why did he go in there?
Oak Grove Cemetery.
It's like where they keep, is it where they keep birds or pigeons or owls or something? Was it a prison? What was that?
I don't know.
Yuck. Yuck.
Oh, beans on toast, gross. Give me some scones and some marmalade and some Yorkshire pudding.
Exactly.
Oh, so they didn't know what he said. Oh, mm. This is back in the day when they could do corporal punishment. You need to go down to that school and turn them out.
Yeah, and it is interesting to think about the mindset of, the native language there and how it wasn't spoken, and then now all of
Mhm.
a sudden there was a revival, I guess maybe in the 90s, of people going, to either to Ireland or Scotland, learning Gaelic, you know just pretty much focusing on Gaelic language and culture. And it is kind of hard to think of a time where it wasn't, but I mean, I do remember a time where it was very oppressed and it wasn't supported. So it is kind of, interesting to see the shift in interest academically, especially. Yeah.
Yeah, I do remember that.
And Linda says nowadays it would be a big lawsuit. Absolutely.
Mhm. I'm, like, obsessed with finding that cemetery. I know where it is.
Oh, wow. I
I
hope you
literally
find it
have to
before.
go into my family tree to find it.
I hope you find it. You can tell us a little bit more about it.
Let's see, I gotta find it. Uh-oh.
He looks like he has an infection.
Uh-oh,
Mm.
yes.
Ah.
He knows she's right.
Ooh. That's all right because she usually comes with her own tools.
Mhm.
Knowing Claire. That's right, Linda. Ha!
How you like that?
Poor fellow.
Ooh, that didn't sound good.
That was real close.
Yeah. Especially the French, they've taken that personal.
Yeah, they really are. Yeah.
You gonna be kissing my butt later on.
And Linda says, I think this episode should be called Surrounded by Assholes.
I like that. Wow, I was really off. Okay, yeah, it was the Mohegan Indian tribe. Montville, Connecticut. It's this place called, Raymond Hill Cemetery. I just looked it up on Google Maps because that's how I remembered where the cemetery was because it's an old cemetery.
Slanja.
That's, is that Gaelic?
Yeah, it's either Gaelic or Irish. I don't know if they're the same thing, but
Okay.
yeah, yes, that's how they when they toast Slanja. Mhm.
Surrounded by arseholes. You make it through another day. Mhm. Oh. Oh. I saw it. I saw it. Hmm.
It's like, take your shotgun with you.
You better take a yeah, I forgot. They're not American. We what other what do we got? Baseball bat. That's
That's right. Because there's nothing for miles out there. You better have something with you.
Mhm. Somebody's hiding out.
I wonder if it's the traveler, you know.
Mhm. Ha ha ha. Oh, you didn't think they were going to do it, right? This is what's the deal with you, Dag. You don't know where you are. And this was a frequent thing.
And as Linda says, you got to pay attention to what Jem is saying. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you want to know why?
He knows they can.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm looking at you.
Come on, Jamie. Say F no. F no.
You owe me, Frenchie.
Yep. He's like, we're out of here and we're taking the water.
Yeah.
You guys can go ahead and march on the land if you want to.
Mm-hmm. Better get it in. Like, yeah, I do.
Now, why isn't she taking him with her? Like, I don't think she should go on this thing by herself because I think she's going to, you know what I mean? Like, if she goes down that
Mm-hmm.
portal area, I think she should
Yeah.
go with someone. I just feel like it's safer if she did.
Yeah. I wouldn't want to go alone.
Oh, she went to the pub.
Mm. Like, come on, fool.
She can do that?
Trust and believe.
How are they going to evacuate patients from the hospital? In a few hours?
I don't know. Maybe put them on stretchers. Maybe.
And Linda says in the books, Bree is over 6 feet tall, just a little more intimidating than Sophie.
Really now. Interesting.
Well, they got them out of harm's way.
Mm-hmm.
So that is her father's grave then.
Oh, wow.
She didn't want to acknowledge that her father was buried there. I
Mm-hmm.
don't blame her. I wouldn't want to, like because of the way they separated, it would just
Yeah.
been yesterday and
And it's the reality, of just the reality of all of it. It's just like, I don't want to. Yeah. I still don't get why it was called Singapore, though.
I don't either. Maybe Linda knows. And Linda, thank you so much for filling us in for stuff that we don't know. I have not read the books. but I might do that one day. And we have J and H Edits here. Says, did you guys see Love Again? Hello, J and H Edits.
Yes,
Thank
hello.
you for stopping by. I don't know when you say Love Again what that means, but certainly this show, J and H Edits, is a remarkable show, Outlander. There's a lot of love stories in this, and we have been enjoying
Mhm.
Outlander tremendously. And so thank you so much for being here. Yeah, Linda says I don't get the Singapore either. I don't understand it myself. Maybe it will say something about it here on the internet, but I don't know why it's called that. I have no idea.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but who knows? Maybe they did it to throw us off about what was going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know what it means, but it was a great episode. I enjoyed it. I especially love seeing them, take these boats to get away from Ticonderoga just to be safe.
Excuse me.
It was a great episode. What did you think, Lorena?
I thought it was okay. It was an okay episode. We got to find out more about, the kids aren't just making this type of thing up. They know something. So it's interesting. We get to see more where it's not just, kids just making stuff up. There's something to this, to what's going on. So it was an okay episode. Not my favorite, but it was okay.
I wasn't sure if Claire had mentioned something about Singapore and a fight in Singapore. So I thought she might have said something about that,
Hmm.
but I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember. Perhaps that's why they do that. But yeah, it is very odd that it's called that, and that's the only connection I can make to it. That maybe she did mention something about Singapore and a fight in Singapore. So I don't really know what happened in Singapore. Let's say around that time. Um,
Hmm.
but certainly, one thing we did find was that Claire's daughter finds this new portal, what looks like is a portal, in a very unusual way by getting locked in the dam. And it's very uncomfortable. And, I guess she ends up somewhere, I don't know where, back in time. We don't know what time period. It must be back in time because I didn't see the dam there when she,
Yeah.
so it was very different look. Um, and then, of course, we had that scene where one of her kids got in trouble for speaking in Gaelic at school,
Hmm.
which was also kind of hard for him. And also, we saw that. What else did we find out? Ian finally goes back to the Five Nations and sees his ex and
Hmm.
finds out that he has a kid. I mean, I'm just very, very surprised that we found that out. I don't know. I know nothing about Ian's, family. And as Linda was saying earlier, that his wife had lost a baby, and I guess he had left her then. But
Hmm.
it is very confusing in the sense, yeah, we don't know what that title was for, Linda. I thought she mentioned something about Singapore, but maybe I was wrong. Um, but it is. J&H Edit says it's a movie that stars Jamie that came out a month or so ago. I don't know.
Hmm.
Is that true? Is that true? J&H Edits, didn't know you were a fan of Outlander. So let me go ahead and see. Is that why it's called that? Um, for the guy's name is Sam Heughan. Um,
Hmm.
and I have probably told you this before, Lorena, that I met him last year in New York Comic Con.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, it was fantastic. He's amazing. He looks exactly the way he looks in the television, which is amazing how this guy looks. So I know he came out with a book recently, but I didn't know there was some Singapore connection for him. But he came
Hmm.
out with a book recently, and he's a fantastic actor. And I know the only other thing I've watched him in so far was a show I think called Men in Kilts or something like that. And
Ah.
yeah, and so yeah, JH Edis says it's true. You will love it. I saw it in the theater. It's available on
Mhm.
Prime. I read about it. That is very interesting. Um, yeah, I'm kind of looking for it now, but I can't seem to find it. But it doesn't matter. I believe you. I'm gonna look for it. Yeah, this is a very interesting episode. Yeah, it's called Men in Kilts: A Road Trip with Sam and Graham, one of the other co-stars in the show. So that was the
Mhm.
other thing I saw him in, and he's even more charming in that. Lorena. He's like even more charming. Like he's charming, but then he's like 5 times more charming in that. And it's like, oh my God,
Mhm.
it's so hard to watch because he's so darn charming, which is fine. Like it's okay that he's incredibly charming, but I was not
Mhm.
expecting that level of charm. Just even in casual, in casual behavior, he really is. When I saw him at the Comic-Con in October of 2022, there was
Mhm.
you could buy like a special package and hang out with him at night. It was like a big auditorium, and it was pricey, but I was like, let me go ahead and buy this thing. So I bought it, and he was up on stage for a few hours, and it was wonderful. I
Oh,
mean,
wow.
yeah, it was great. I was like, I hope we see this again sometime soon. And Diana Galbadin, who's the author of the books, was also there. She's a great lady. Um,
Oh, cool.
yeah, the last con that I went to in that one in particular in New York was just amazing because I got a chance to meet him. I got a chance to actually get really pretty darn close to him. I got a signature, and I was very, we're not supposed to, so I apologize if he's not that he would ever watch this, but yeah, someone took a picture of me going close to him, and you're not supposed to do that, but I'm like, screw this, we're doing it. Like if they want to throw us out, they're going to throw us out. But we paid a lot of
Mhm.
money to kind of, be there. So, and Linda says you will love it. I saw it in the theater. Oh, I'm sorry, no, that's JH Edits. Linda says, I think Claire did mention Singapore when she and Jamie were talking about showing to convince the general. Okay, I wasn't quite sure if she meant Singapore, something that happened in modern times. I think she did, and
Mhm.
she briefly mentioned it, but it was just maybe an action, some kind of military action. And Linda says, yeah, she did say something about going into the jungle in Singapore. Linda says, I watched.
Oh, yeah, okay, when she was talking about the Japanese. Okay. Okay.
She was, and it was amazing to meet him. I gotta find just the picture if I can get to what was it? It was October of 2022, and he was amazing. This guy is unbelievable. When was the con? Gee, when was the con? And when exactly did I see him? And it's like trying to find. I didn't favorite the picture, so I don't know where it is in this melange of pictures I have. However, I
Mhm.
did want to say that he is a really nice person. The whole thing was amazing, and
Mhm.
I had a great time. So
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
that's something that's going to be very different. See, I wonder, Lorena, if the con in San Diego now, whether it would be that kind of experience, because I don't know who's going to be there this time. So it is very different. It's very different in a sense of who may or may not be there. And
Mhm.
that's also very, like, oh, here I am. Is this me with him? Yeah, this is this is me. You can see me. And there's Sam Heughan.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's him on, I guess on, I can't tell whether it's the right or left. He's sitting in front of that thing. And
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and someone took a picture. And right after she took the picture, he kind of looked at her like, but
Like,
it was so great just to like even be able to talk to him and say, you're incredible. And this is so much fun. And yes. Oh, is Men in Kilts book 2, Linda? I had no idea. JH Edis says, I'm in the movie. Wait a minute. You're in the movie? He gets I'm the
what?
movie. Or is it's the movie? He gets his new cell number that happens to be an old number of a guy who died, and his ex is texting him all the time. Eventually he tries to meet her. It's a romantic film, JH Edits. We're gonna have to watch this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So no worries, Linda. It's all good. Yeah, he's incredible, Linda. He's incredible. Oh my gosh, he's so incredible. So I did want to mention that. And the following, and then of course, I couldn't get enough. So the following day they had a panel with Diana
Mhm.
Galbadin and Sam Heughan and two of the other stars. The guy who plays her husband in our time who's smoking hot, and one other guy, and it was just, oh man, it was so good. So yeah, I had to go to that too. So
Wow.
yeah, it was a lot of fun. I have an autographed, picture of him, of course, and all that. But he really is a gem. This guy's great, and the cast is so wonderful. And yeah, so Lorena, what are you expecting from the next episode? What do you think is going to happen? Because I want to see if what this portal is, and if we're going to find out what that's going to be. We already know what the outcome of the battle at Ticonderoga is already. What do you think is going to happen next? Are they actually going to actually make it over to Scotland like they want to?
I want to see this battle. This is what I want to see. So I'm pretty sure we're going to see something crazy pop off, because we've had several episodes of not world building, but kind of like background and exposition and all of that. So there needs to be a conflict right now, and I really think they're setting it up with what's going on with Fort Ticonderoga. And I think that extremely arrogant French officer, I believe he's going to be in debt to Jamie somehow. So don't quote me, but something's going on. Something's going to go on there. I think he's going to play very much in the future.
And look, he's smiling at me, like Sam Heughan is smiling at me. So I don't know if he's smiling at me. He's probably just smiling at
yes,
general.
you know what? Claim that. He's smiling at you. Claim that. You are going to claim that.
Well, Lorena, you make a good point about in regards to the action, because we already know that fort's going to be attacked like cray. And let's see what happens with the outcome of it. But they got people out safe, and that was one of the objectives. They didn't want people to get killed. They certainly saved some of the patients they could. One of the patients couldn't leave. It is something to think about, and I wonder who else might be helping them there. I have a feeling there might be something that might be going on. Oh, I'm sorry. Linda says, I've wanted to meet Diana for years since I read Outlander when she first got on. Of course, she's talking about Diana Gabaldon, who is the author of the books. And Diana's amazing. She's amazing. She's a remarkable lady. So the following day I had met her because she was at the panel. And you had to pay extra for all this. Like, this was not cheap. This might have been one of the most expensive things I've ever done but there was even a higher level. There was like a $1,000 level, and it was sold out immediately. Yeah. For people who were like,
oh, that's nuts.
Yeah. You got to sit down with him and talk to him for like maybe 20 or 30 minutes. And that sold out very quickly. And I was like, oh my God, how are these people affording this? But there's a lot of longtime fans. And I don't know whether I don't know whether this picture will stay, because it's not staying, when it doesn't stay, stay profile. Let me see if I can twist it. Can I twist it? I cannot twist it. But I have a picture of Diana Gabaldon. I'll take a photo of it again and see if I can do it properly, because, but it won't stay in that orientation, because I either make it have one where she's not, no, these are all inside orientation. So I kind of messed up.
Okay.
I'll edit one of it, and I'm sorry for delaying. You guys have stuff to do, but just 1 second. I just want to show her the picture, because at that next day, Linda, that panel was one of the best panels ever. And that was the first time that I had met Diana Gabaldon. She was amazing. You could really kind of go close to her too. So it wasn't, as if you couldn't be around them. It was, I figured it out. It only took me 5 minutes to figure out how to use my own phone, Lorena, but it's okay. So here she is. There's Diana Gabaldon. That picture has her eyes closed, but that's her. That's the author of the book, and she actually appears in the episodes. That's not the greatest picture, but she actually appears in the episodes. I think in season 1 she appears in the episodes, and it's great to see her. As the author, she has a cameo. But what I was going to say is it's just so enjoyable, and I'll just show you this one last picture. Of course, that's Sam Heughan. He plays Jamie. You can recognize that's Jamie there.
Yeah.
So he was in the panel, and it was a bunch of other people too. But I should have changed the landscape from landscape to portrait. But I'm sorry about that, guys. But I have like 1,000 pictures on here of that one event, right? So you can imagine the thing. But it was amazing. You will meet her one day, Linda. You will meet her one day. You are
Oh my
lucky to have
gosh.
read it since it came out. I'm going to read it. I'm going to try and listen. Linda, are there audiobooks? I don't want to keep you here much longer, Lorraine, or anybody else, but Linda, please let us know if there are audiobooks, because I might just pick that up. And JH Edit says, one of the Prince Andrews in The Crown. I love that actor. Yes, yes, that's right. Some of these actors have been in The Crown. And of course, I think Spielers is another actor who I kind of liked a lot. He's been in a number of different. So many of these actors have been in a lot of different shows that I absolutely love. And yes, he
Mhm.
does. He does play that role. I love that actor. I can't remember his name, but yes. And it sounds like it was really expensive, Linda. It was. And finally, yes, along with Ronald D. Moore in the first season episode, yes, she did appear, and she fit right in. Lorena, they had her as a sort of a woman who was watching a wedding ceremony. But
Wow.
I'm curious as to what's going to happen. I do also want to thank again Mark Spector's Avatar for the $4.99 super chat earlier. Thank you for the support for the channel. We so appreciate it. Yeah, I'm really curious as to what's going to happen in the next few episodes. We have, I think, 3 more, 6, 7, and
Mm. Mhm.
I think there's 8 more episodes after this. So, but to be honest with you, I'm just enjoying this, Lorraine. It does feel like something's going to happen. William had to fight for his life. If I remember, when he was protecting the Quaker brother and sister. So we did
Yeah.
see that he has the ability to protect them, and that they're kind of in danger. These Quaker kids, if you will, these
Mhm.
Quaker kids are in danger. Let's hope they make it. Linda says, yes, all the Outlander books are available on audio, both condensed and full versions. I'm going to get the full version. Um, it should be very interesting. Thank you, Linda. I'm going to listen to some of them. When we finish these 8 episodes, I'm going to get the audiobooks and just listen to all the audiobooks up to a certain point and enjoy it. But thank you, Linda, for always letting us know what's going on. And JH Edits had no idea you were a fan of Outlander. Wow.
Wow.
That's good to know. And Lorena, thank you for joining me here tonight, as always, for this watch party, because I love this stuff so much. Lorena, where can people find you?
Well, folks, you can find me on Instagram, you can find me on Twitter, and of course, you can find me on YouTube during various live streams and videos, both with myself and as well. Tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern, I am going to be streaming live from the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. It's going to be a Harry Potter summer. We're going to go check out everything over in Hogsmeade, get some butterbeer, ride the Hogwarts Express over to Diagon Alley, and just have some fun hanging out there and just soaking up all the just all the Potter stuff that they have, going on. So we're going to do that in the morning, and in the evening at 8 p.m. Eastern, having a watch party for Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan. You do not want to miss that.
I will
We
be
have been
here.
we have been waiting to watch this one. So it's my favorite Star Trek movie. So you're going to be able to see that on Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern, the replay of Toxic Male Appreciation. And this episode, we featured Cillian Murphy of Oppenheimer and Peaky
Yes.
Blinders fame. And then 8 p.m. Eastern, welcome to Florida. We're going to be talking, oh my God, it's Wix, the viral Florida man with the flip phone, who I feature on my show regularly, his videos and his clips. So we're going to find out some more about just who is this man who's always got a crazy t-shirt and something edible from Publix when he's out capturing crazy Florida man stuff with his flip phone. So please do check out my channel, but more importantly, subscribe to this woman. Subscribe to her.
Well, guys, as you know, Lorraine and I are going to be streaming together over the next few days, as she's already mentioned. Do check out our Toxic Male Appreciation Show. Lorraine is an expert on the parks. So make sure you go to her channel and find out what's going on, all the latest and best things. She even has, I can always say, the disrespectful desserts portion that
Yes.
absolutely love. And she has such an exciting schedule coming up in the next few days. I'm going to be on her channel tomorrow night for that fantastic Wrath of Khan show that we're going to be watching it, and we hope you join us. The Reina will also be on the Burnettwork with me at 5 p.m. Eastern. We're going to be watching the first episode of the Geekdom 1982 Best Geek Year Ever.
Right.
Yeah, we're going to be watching that and commenting on that and just kind of enjoying the geekdom. Then after that, of course, we'll go over to her channel and watch the Wrath of Khan. It's going to be a great Saturday. Do join her in the morning at the parks. Also going to be fantastic. Lorraine and I also do another show called Ladies of the PGS on the Burnettwork on Monday nights at 6 p.m., where we do all the parlay about what's going on. Certainly, we have a lot to discuss with Amazon's prices. Snow what, as in this new Snow White production that seems a little unusual, and Mission Impossible Love that we are going to be talking about on Monday. You don't want to miss this episode. We got a lot to say about what's coming up. Certainly, guys, make sure you like and subscribe to Lorena Creole's channel here. You can see the link in the description. Brogu, good night to you. Guys, make sure you like and subscribe to Positive Fandom.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, really, Linda? When are you going to be flying to Scotland for work? It's so amazing.
I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous you get to go to Scotland.
Gosh, Linda, you enjoy your trip. You have fun over there. Certainly do check out some of the sites if you can where they filmed Outlander. You're going to have a fantastic time, Linda. It's such a pleasure having you here, Linda. And correct me if I'm wrong, are you the same Linda who collects 1/6 scale figures? And I do see on Justin's channel as well as a lot of the other 1/6 scale. I believe it is you, my dear. But if not, that's okay too. But I have a feeling it might be you. Regardless, Lorena, this community is so wonderful. The group of people we have here, it is amazing. This is so great. I'm just waiting a few more seconds for you, Linda. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to Lorena Creole's channel. Lorena and I work very hard to bring you guys stuff we know you're going to love, and we love it. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for being here. We work so hard to do this. And of course, you can see we enjoyed ourselves tremendously. We hope you did too. There was a lot going on in this episode. Oh my gosh, she leaves tomorrow. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh, travel safe. I'm so jealous.
Oh my gosh. Linda, you have a safe and blessed trip. We're going to be thinking about you. You enjoy it. And when you come back, you got to let us know all the stuff. Let us know how great it was. Linda, we are so happy for you. Yes, it is you. Okay, Linda, that's who I thought it was. Linda, you have a wonderful trip. And thank you for stopping by for Outlander. We got many more things like this to come, but we so appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Linda, have a safe trip. And guys, everybody, thank you so much for joining Lorena and I. And of course, Lorena, thank you again for indulging me on this Outlander show. You know how much I love this. It's wonderful to have you here. And guys, remember, no matter where you are in the galaxy, always remember to please be kind. Take care, everybody.
Bye.